Hey guys, how's it going? Professor Shuckle here, your coach of the Dark Cave Darkrise. Today I'll be going over our battle for the Hive Kakuna Division Season 8. This is the Week 9 battle, so the second last battle of the regular season. Our opponents for the week are the Chicago Fire and Ice and Coach T Riches. They are having a pretty solid season. I believe they're 6-2 and like fifth or fourth seed or something like that. So they have a pretty good record and they've been doing well. So obviously we have our work cut out for us. Obviously we are 7-1 right now and the top seed. Obviously the first three seeds get like auto promotion to the next division. So we want to be within top three. So yeah, without much further ado, let's jump into the matchup and see what we're dealing with. Our opponent has a roster of Celesteela, Mega Blastoise, Blacephalon, Hydreigon, Hippowdon, Deoxys Defense, Florges, Lucario, Boltund, Vileplume, and Type Null. If you've been watching my videos, you might have known I played a Celesteela before, but that coach ended up trading Celesteela and Mega Garchomp actually to opponents I was going to face in the future, so I'm facing yet another Celesteela. Which is okay, like my team, like facing another Steela isn't as bad as facing another Mega Garchomp. Like my team can deal with Celesteela a little better than Mega Garchomp, so I don't mind this. And he had a Mew before, and because Mew forces like so much prep and can run like a variety of sets, I don't really mind Celesteela. Because offensive Steela is pretty bad versus me because it doesn't have Meteor Beam, like from the OU Live. We've been wrecking the OU ladder with Meteor Beam Celesteela, but Meteor Beam's not allowed in this league, so Steela's not going to move to hit Rotom. Well, it gets Stone Edge, but, it's unreliable, so, yeah. Anyway, for threats, Mega Blastoise, huge threat, really hard for me to switch into, as usual, because Mega Launcher's broken, obviously Rapid Spin buff, Work Up, variety of set. Like you can run setup. It can also be a little bulkier, like bulky offense, max HP, max special attack. Obviously, so definitely tricky for sure. Steela can be really annoying with lead seed for sure. Can switch in on a lot of my mods actually. So, or like mostly Clef to stop it. Can also kind of soft check Kyurem. So yeah, Steela can be annoying. Hydro is really tough for me. My only switch in is the Clefable. And it does get Flash Cannon, so we have to be careful for sure. We don't want to let this thing like get out of hand. Hippowdon, pretty good Cinderace check in my opinion. Between Mega Blastoise and Hippowdon, you can pretty easily check Cinderace. It's also pretty decent to make a Gallade check with Helmet. So yeah. Next up, Deoxys Defense can come for hazard stacking as well as for checking Gallade. Yeah, like it can't do much backup, so it's not the greatest Gallade check. At least Hippowdon does a lot of damage with Earthquake, but Deoxys, not really. I don't think it gets Foul Play, but it can definitely be annoying with like hazards and recover. It does get pressure, so I have to be careful with my Power Ball as well. Blacephalon is a huge threat. Actually, nothing on my team really switches into this beast. And obviously we have to scout for the set. It can be a bunch of sets as well. Subcom, Mind, Specs, Scarf, Life Orb. Yeah, Florges could come to check the Kyurem, like, cause Specs Kyurem otherwise goes in, kinda. But, like, Florges is really bad. Doesn't do anything Registeel, Cinderace, Weezing. Oh, well, it does something to Weezing, but, yeah, it's not a great, like, Florges sucks. Florges is an awful Pokemon. I'm sorry, like, Florges just sucks. Lucario could come. It does, like, Life Orb or SD with like extreme speed, bullet punch, and close combat. Boltund I don't see coming just because I have a Rhyperior which hard walls it, and Rhyperior is actually not bad this matchup. Obviously with like SD 2 attacks it could put in work, so I don't know if he would go Boltund and try to give me a free Rhyperior. Vileplume, don't expect coming. I have a Cinderace, Kyurem, Mega Gallade, Rotom Fan, so don't expect it coming. Type Null could come to check like Kyurem or Gallade, but then it's so passive, so I'm not sure. But obviously it gets like a bunch of cool moves as well, like Tri Attack and Crush Claw and U-Turn and stuff, so could come. But obviously I think the first 6 plus 5 of the first 6 plus Lucario is probably what's gonna come. Maybe Florges to check Kyurem, but not really sure if it'll come. As for me, Mega Gallade goes in. If I Swords Dance, because Mega Glade speed is really good here, the only thing faster than me is the Bolton. So if there's no Bolton, Mega Glade kind of goes in with SD and like just doing a lot of damage. Clefable is kind of needed for the Hydra. Outside of it, it's not the greatest, but it is a needed. Like it is needed just because there's a Hydra. Kyurem is really good. I really wanted to run Specs Kyurem. Specs Kyurem kind of really goes in here. It doesn't really have a good ice resist, but in the end, I decided to go with the bulkier, slightly bulkier set. But yeah, Kyurem really good in this matchup too. Cinderace is pretty solid. The only switch in is Hippo and Blastoise. So if I can get the chip I need on them, then it's like good. Like Cinderace like can U-turn obviously on these and get in Kyurem. So Cinderace is not the worst thing in this matchup. Like obviously Blastoise and Hippo are really good switch-ins, but if I U-turn and go into Kyurem, that puts me in a good offensive position. Next up, Blastoise. Shell Smash Blastoise not really that good here. Doesn't really beat Mega Blastoise or Florges or Vileplume, or even Steela, I think. Even Deoxys defense, so I don't think Shell Smash Blastoise is good, but like a Flip Turn Blastoise doesn't look too bad here. So defensive Blastoise can definitely put in work here. Obstagoon is alright. Knockoff is definitely strong. Knockoff plus Facade, like the Flame Orb set was probably be the strongest set here. So that could come, but yeah, Obstagoon's solid, so you might have to prep. Rotom Fan is pretty solid here too, with Volt Switch, Air Slash, Toxic, Pain Split, like kind of just sits on this whole team. Rhyperior is really strong, with like Earthquake, SD, Fire Punch, pretty strong, with maybe Rock Polish, like Double Dance. But yeah, let's go into our team builder and see what we're actually bringing for the week. We have Cinderace first with Heavy Duty Boots. Enough speed for the, I think, Blacephalon, right? Yeah, because other than Blacephalon, it's faster than everything else. Yep. Max attack, enough speed for Blacephalon, and the rest in HP. Super Fang, which is a good move to hit on the switch, like if I go in on Steela, because it does 50% to Blastoise and 50% to like Hippo, and then I can taunt the Hippo if it tries to like try to slack off. I can even actually taunt it, because even if it kills me, I get free Kyurem or Gallade. Super Fang also guarantees that Kyurem will always kill the Blastoise. Otherwise, I think I need 2 U-turns, so 1 U-turn plus rocks damage on it, and then Kyurem will definitely kill like Blastoise, even if it's max HP. Yeah, taunt for like obviously stopping slack off, lead seed and stuff, and Powerball just hits the Steela, hits the Lucario, hits the Florges really hard. Yeah, hits. Yeah, I just have to be careful on Deoxys defense because I don't want to get pressure stalled with Powerball because I will only have 4 then. But yeah, that's the set. I think it can put in work. Cinderace is fine. It's pretty fast, so and it's faster than his whole team, so it should be good. Next up, we have Mega Gallade, also pretty fast. Like the only thing faster is the Bolton, other than Scarfers. We're running max attack, enough speed for the Blacephalon. Swords Dance, Knockoff, Close Combat, Psycho Cut. Psycho Cut doesn't make contact, so it's really good versus the Hippowdon if it is Rocky Helmet. Close Combat just hits really hard. +2 Close Combat takes out Celesteela, I believe. Knockoff is just... I really wanted Shadow Sneak, but I thought Knockoff was a better utility move. So I just ran Knockoff to get rid of items and to like take out the Deoxys defense or get rid of... Just get rid of items, Blacephalon and stuff. Next up, Clefable with the Babiri Berry. So because this is our Hydra check, and so it reduces the damage from Flash Cannon. We're running pretty physically bulky, like a mixed bulky set, and we're running Calm Mind so that we can actually use the Florges or the the Hydreigon to set up like a Calm Mind, and then do a good amount of damage to the Steela if needed. Soft Boil for recovery. Moonblast, Flamethrower, Calm Mind. That's the set. Calm Mind also makes it easier for us to beat Blacephalon if it's choice locked. And obviously if it's not choice locked, we will outspeed it with Gallade. Yeah, that's the main idea behind Clefable, not lose to Hydreigon. Next up, we have Blastoise with the Assault Vest. Um, it's like makes defensive again. We're running max HP and then bulk on the Spadef side, and then physically bulky. Not really sure what the physical bulk is for. I guess it can help with Steela as well. But we're running Seismic Toss, Flip Turn, Rapid Spin, and Scald. I really wanted whatever. I really wanted Mirror Coat on this, but just in case the Blastoise was like Work Up Rapid Spin, I would not be breaking it if I showed Mirror Coat and he just clicked Work Up. So I changed it to Seismic Toss so Blastoise couldn't set up on me, and if I got like 2 Seismic Toss, like he couldn't keep working up basically. Flip Turn gives me momentum, also super effective versus like the Hippowdon and Blacephalon and stuff, and like it's good momentum. Rapid Spin to get rid of spikes stacking from the axis or like rocks. Scald for Scald's just better stab versus the Hippowdon, and Fish for Burns versus Lucario and stuff. Next up, we have Kyurem, also with the heavy duty boots. Enough speed for the Lucario, max special attack. We're running Freeze Dry because that hits the Blastoise, hits the Hippowdon, hits the Hydreigon, hits the Vileplume. Earth Power for the Lucario, Roost for longevity, and we can also pressure stall a couple of things. And Toxic to catch the Deoxys Defense, to catch the Florges, to catch the Hydra and aggressive Hydra or Blacephalon on the switch, make a Blastoise maybe even. So yeah, that's the set. Really wanted to be specs, but I was like, I don't know if I can. First, I didn't have Blastoise on the team initially, so I didn't know if I could keep hazards off. So I just went with a more reliable heavy duty boots, and because I wasn't sure if Florges was going to come or not. Next up, Rotom Fan with the heavy duty boots. We had triple heavy duty boots on this team. This is mostly physically defensive. The speed is for Jolly Celesteela. I don't think I needed to be that fast though. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, we're running Voltage for momentum, so there's a lot of pivoting on this team. We have 3 pivots. Pain Split for what do you call it? Pain Split for longevity. Air Slash just to break Hydra's sub, and Toxic to catch Hippo. Like we don't do a lot of damage to Hippo, Deoxys Defense and stuff, so we can click hard Toxic on the Celesteela if they decide to switch, because that'll be good. So yeah, that's the team. Let's jump into the match. As you can see, our opponent brought a team of Blacephalon, Mega Blastoise, Celesteela, Deoxys Defense, Hydreigon, Lucario. As I said, pretty much the 5 of the top 6 plus Lucario is what I expected, and that's what's come. I thought Hippo would come for the Cinderace, but I guess they thought Mega Blastoise was enough, but again, kind of feels disrespectful to Cinderace that they didn't bring anything for it. But anyway, as for leads, for them, I thought the best lead was going to be like either Hydra. Hydra could be a lead, but I thought it was going to be Deoxys Defense or like maybe Mega Blastoise. So I just wanted to lead Kyurem right away. If they led Hydra, I mean, it was tricky. Like Hydra would obviously give them momentum, but I just wanted to lead. I thought Kyurem was my best lead, as they do lead Deoxys. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a Toxic off on this right away. And I do click Toxic as they click the Spike, which is fine. I am Boots on 3, and then Clef is Magic Guard, and Rotom, and Blastoise has been, and the Gallade doesn't really care about the Spike, so that's fine. I click Freeze Dry, does a good chunk as he clicks Teleport and goes into Hydreigon. I just switched into Clef. If he clicks U-turn, that was still fine. If he could, like, if he went Steela, I had the Rotom response, so I was fine. He actually clicks Sub and reveals Leftovers, so I was like, okay, that's good. He clicks Flash Cannon as I just click Moonblast. And this turn, I double into Rotom, expecting the Celesteela, which is what he goes into. And I just click Volt Switch as in comes the Hydra. And I go straight into Mega Gallade. And I click an aggressive SD right here, as he does go Deoxys Defense. I wasn't really sure what he was going to go into. Here, I forgot I didn't actually see an item. I think I just assumed Boots instead of like Colbert, and didn't realize that this got Thunder Wave. So obviously I should probably scout it because I had the toxic off on this. I could have actually gone into Rotom to scout this. Like what I wanted to do, if you clicked recover, like that was fine because it's toxic, so the toxic damage would start racking up. So yeah, I decided to click knockoff here, and he's actually Colbur and he lives, so he's max, and he actually clicks Thunder Wave, which is a little unfortunate because my Glade is basically neutralized. Because if I didn't get paralyzed, I could get in that same situation again with Hydreigon, get the SD, and because I would be fast on everything, I would take a kill and then I would force out the Lucario to try and revenge me with extreme speed. But here he goes Blacephalon. I don't really want to switch in case this is sub, so I stayed and clicked knockoff. I clicked Shadow Ball and he reads Life Orb, which is actually fine. And he's also speed boosting, which is like I guess good because you're like offensive. I go Blastoise. I am AV, so I will eat the hit. He clicks Shadow Ball as I just click Scald. He does get a special defense drop. Doesn't matter too much. It ends up actually helping me a little bit, but I click Scald, and this turn I do decide to click Flip Turn to get the momentum. As the Blacephalon's gone, so one threat of his is gone. I go Cinderace. The reason I went Cinderace here was because I wanted to force out the Blastoise and get the U-turn chip on this. If I went Kyurem, it was going to invite in the Hydra. If I went Rotom, it would invite in the Hydra. If I went Clef, it would invite in the Steela, and then I would have to swap out straight into Rotom anyway. And I wasn't sure what Blastoise would invite because it was so low. So I decided to just go Cinderace to actually force out the Blastoise because he wouldn't go his Steel types, obviously. And I can U-turn, or I could have High Jump Kick for the Hydreigon, right? So I go Cinderace, he does go Blastoise, so I can actually U-turn here, get the chip, gauge what kind of set this is, and go straight into Blastoise. Yes, luckily he clicks Scald, not Rapid Spin, so I can go straight into Kyurem right now, and click Freeze Dry. He does switch out, because he doesn't kill me from full, I click Freeze Dry, just 33% to Steela, and here I make another misplay. I know, Rotom Fan is pretty obvious switch in, but I should also keep it healthy for the Lucario. So in this case, my best play was actually to go Cinderace because it covered the Hydra switch, it covered the Heavy Slam play. I didn't really care about U-turn. I didn't really care about Lead Seed. So, and that will keep Rotom healthy for Lucario. So I should have gone Cinderace, but I go Rotom Fan. A little bit of an autopilot as he goes Hydreigon, and this is annoying because he gets a free sub here. But I decided to just click Volt Switch, and I go straight Cinderace. Here, I didn't know what he was, if he was sub Roost 2 attacks or sub Nasty Plot 2 attacks. So I didn't want him to Nasty Plot, so I just clicked Taunt, because I know he's behind the sub. As he clicks Flash Cannon, and we take that. And this turn, I do U-turn, break the sub, and I go Clefable, thinking he'll click Dragon or his Dark move, but he actually ends up clicking Flash Cannon. So good play by him. Maybe I could have gone back into Rotom Fan, but I didn't really want to take like a Draco or Dark Pulse because I wanted to be healthy for Lucario. So yeah, and this turn he clicks Flash Cannon again and takes me out, which is fine. I go back into Cinderace. I could have taunted, but I think I just U-turn and go straight into Kyurem. Yeah, as he clicks Dark Pulse. So given that said, I didn't think he would be sub 3 attacks without Roost. So I just take the gamble he was not Dragon Move and click Freeze Dry here. Yeah. And this turn I do go Rotom Fan. He clicks Heavy Slam and does a lot of damage, so he was invested for sure. And unfortunately Volt Switch doesn't kill here. But I go back into Cinderace as he clicks Heavy Slam. Here I should have actually clicked Pyro Ball. To take it out, take the Steela out. Even if he went Blastoise, I got the chip I needed for Kyurem. So, but I click U-turn, he stays in and clicks Heavy Slam again. And at this point, I'm just letting Rotom get shipped, which is not good because there's a Lucario which could be scary. But I click Volt Switch and I go back into Cinderace and he goes Lucario. I didn't really count this, but I click Pyro Ball because I didn't want him to SD. But he just shows Life Orb Extreme Speed, which is cool. I click Air Slash as he goes Hydra. I thought he would Roost, so I actually clicked Toxic, just in case he clicks Roost, and then I could Pain Split the next turn. but he clicks Dark Pulse, which is fine. Like so now he's toxic, so I go cure him, and I go Heart of the Ascension. He doesn't have a dragon move for me, so I decide to start roosting on his flash cannon so I can get back to like a good amount of health. As you can see, that flash cannon does 48, so if he does like 47, 48, I can roost up and be around at 72%, and I kill the Lucario in one hit. And if his Blastoise doesn't have a move for me, I can I can win with the cure. So I was just trying to roost all it, but he actually clicks Flash Cannon and ends up getting a crit, which is really unfortunate because I might have lost 1-0 anyway, but this crit basically meant I lost 2 differential for nothing, which is kind of annoying because the second seed lost their game by 2 differential. So if I lost like 2-0 or 1-0, I would still keep first seed. But yeah, losing 3-0 just like basically cost me a couple of differential, and yeah, like that was really annoying. Also, because like it was whatever. Obviously not the best game I played. Definitely made misplays with like being aggressive with Gallade when I probably didn't need to right away, because I could have gotten in Gallade on the high Dragon again in the game, and once the Deoxys was shipped or gone, I could definitely Swords Stance and then win at that point. Well, not win, because if I click CC, Lucario would always revenge me, but like I definitely had like I could use Gallade a lot more offensively that game then. Also, not going hard Cinder or like just clicking U-turn with Cinder instead of like Pyro Ball or like, yeah, I don't think I played Cinderace really well. I think I did play the Kyurem, the Blastoise, and Rotom fine, but definitely didn't play the Gallade and Cinderace right, so that cost me. Also, not to like take away from me from my opponent or like just, I did misplay, like I did have, but I didn't have a lot of time to build this team because Crown Tundra released, and we've been like laddering with the Celesteela team and the Glacier team, Glastier team, or like the Heist Horsey. I don't know how you pronounce its name, but so we've been really like I've been busy laddering and playing, so I didn't have time for this. But like I think the build I had was fine. Didn't put a lot of prep into it, but could have definitely won if I played better. So hopefully, if we have the rematch, I can definitely fix things to win this matchup. Yeah, so there's one more week. Hopefully we can win that and like get our first seed, because that would be pretty cool. And yeah, so this one will be a little later as well because I do have 2 lives I'm gonna upload first, and then I will upload this. But yeah, anyways, for now, bye, and have a nice day.